Hey, it's Yareli here, and I'm a student at the King's University here in Southlake, Texas. I just got back from a mission trip in New York City, and man, I can just tell you, God moved in such a powerful way, and I will never forget this experience that I have lived. And I just want to share everything God did in my life, and what God is doing in my life, and what God is doing in New York City. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna read off what I wrote, and hopefully you guys are just able to just join me along this new thing. So where do I start? There's just too many things to tell. God moved the first night I slept there, literally. God began to move in such a powerful way in my heart, and he gave me a new perspective to things and showed me how to love like Christ. He humbled me and showed me his love. I had this one encounter with this lady in the Bronx, and she was wearing some really nice eyelashes. And for the ones that know me, I always love lashes. I used to wear lashes all the time. I used to get my extensions done, and then I started taking vitamins, and my lashes grew. So I don't put them on anymore. Maybe once in a while. So that's where it all started. The lashes. I complimented her because I really liked them, and I told her I love getting my lashes done. It makes me feel nice. So the conversation kept going so smoothly, and it didn't feel weird at all. And to be honest, I'm not a great people person. For the ones that know me, I'm just like, okay, don't hug me, don't come near me. But yeah, this lady changed something in me. Not her, but God. God used her to remind me of how God listens to us. We might be in different shoes and all, but we have the same desires. We all need something, and we all need God. So at the end of it all, I hugged this lady, and she felt the love of God. That's what she said. And I started crying because I was like, wow, it's crazy how one hug can just change so much. She said that she had never felt this love before, but she knew it was from God because no one had hugged her in a long time, and her husband actually died. And long story short, she had just been going through basically hell, just having to get through life on the streets with her family, with her 4 daughters. And I was just like, wow, I was speechless listening to this lady speak. And just to keep it more personal, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I will always remember her. She is such a strong woman of God. And it's crazy because most of the time that we encountered these people on the streets, they believe in God. And when I would ask them, like, is there anything that I could pray for? Every single time I asked that, they asked, they said, they were like, hey, can you just pray for everyone around me, the humanity, for the person who lives right next to me, the person who lays right next to me. Every single time I asked, is there anything I could pray for? They never mentioned themselves. And man, these people, they're on the streets. They are on the streets with nothing. And I got to the point where I realized, I was like, Lord, forgive me. Forgive me, because I have always, we realize that we have so much and we forget it. And these people that have literally nothing, they ask for prayer for someone else. And most of the time we come asking God, I need help with this. I need you with my finances. I need you with this. And blah, blah, blah. My husband, my marriage, my wife. Like all these type of things that we come to God needing for. And when I realized that these people were just always telling me, oh, pray for humanity. Pray for the lady that's sleeping right next to me. Pray for her. Pray for my sister. Pray for my daughter. I'm like, my gosh. It humbled me. It reminded me that we need to stop being so selfish and so full of ourselves that we're always asking God for something that we need, but we're never asking for the person next to us, the person in front of us, the person behind us. Man, this trip really just opened my eyes. It may have not been a mission trip to like another country where there's like a lot of need, like people don't have houses and everything, but I wanted to start my mission trip here in the United States. in my, like, first of all, I do like mission trips, not trips, but I do missions here in Dallas with my school. We go to Dallas, and man, from afar you can say this city is beautiful. It gives such a great appearance. But have you really been in the streets of Dallas? Man, I remember the first time I was shook. I was like, whoa, I didn't know all this happened here. There's just so much need. So my desire to help those people, to reach the unreached, grew more and more. I was like, no, I need to go out of my comfort zone. I need to go the extra mile for them, just like Jesus did for us. And man, I am just so grateful. I'm like a loss of words sometimes. I don't have a little manuscript to just read off of, but I'm just thinking of how God is so good even when we can't see it. Feel it. Feel him, mejor dicho. Sorry, I went Spanish. And the Lord really just broke down some walls in my heart, and I can definitely tell you that he humbled me. He made me more sensitive. I will make little recaps or little short videos of what God has done, so it's not like a long 1 hour video. I'm gonna do this short so that you guys can get more of a grasp of it and just like click on that. You know what I mean. So there's just so many stories that I'm just so ready to share. Yeah. Before going on this trip, I was really doubting myself. Of course, the enemy likes to doubt, makes us doubt. He likes to tear us down. He likes to destroy us. He likes to lie to us. But you know what? Like, the Lord just reminded me, hey, why are you doubting in me? Why are you doubting in yourself? You're limiting. When you limit yourself, you limit God. When you limit yourself, you limit God. And that just goes with any other area in your life. When you tell yourself that you aren't worthy, God says you are, and he says you are his child. There are so many things I could just tell you right now. So yeah, this lady, when I hugged her, we both laughed and cried together. And I prayed for her, and I will never forget her name. I will never forget her face. Because it reminded me of how God listens to us. All I did with her was just listen to her. And then obviously there were some parts where we would talk and like we would go back to back, like talking and everything. But most of the time I was just listening to her. And she just needed to let everything out, because when we hold things in, it just tears us down. Yeah. So I was just able to just like look her into the eyes and make her feel listened to, like I'm noticing her. And that's why towards the end she says she sees Jesus in me, that she feels the love of God in this hug. And all I did was listen. All I did was just go the extra mile and take those 40 minutes of just her talking to me. That's how our conversation can go with God. He listens to us. Even in the midst of the silence. Even in the midst of our four walls, God listens. God loves. God cares. And God provides. God is our light. He's our way maker and our promise keeper. Man, that song right there. Whew. It's like God gave me a new perspective. It was cold, raining, it was snowing. But you know what? The weather didn't matter later on. It just didn't. And God was there. His warmth was there. So I forgot, honestly. As much as the enemy tried to put like, why are you out here? You're going to get sick. I was like, no. If they are out here, I'm going to be out here too. If there are people on the streets covered with nothing, then I'm gonna be out here too, just like Jesus did, showing the love, giving out hot dogs, giving out water, coffee, giving out Bibles and devotionals. That is spreading the love of Jesus. And that is what God did. Show love towards us.